So today we're putting in blocking for cabinets in the kitchen before I put up drywall so that we can make sure that when we put up the cabinets, the back of the cabinets have a place to attach to and also to give support to some shelves. So I'm going to turn you around and let you see what I'm doing. So this is the blocking, and I'm using my Kreg jig and putting it in there. It's nice and solid. And what that's going to do, this is going to be the coffee bar here. We'll have a space for the cabinets to attach to. Refrigerator will be right over here. And then up here, we're going to have a little shelf microwave. We're not going to have a big over the stove microwave, just a shelf microwave. And I've marked at 60 inches, which is about the height that we'll put the shelves. And what I'll do is I'll put my 2x6 right in between this 60-inch mark here. And that way I've got a little space above, a little space below that 60-inch mark in case we want to make the shelf a little higher or a little lower. Right here, we're going to put a dog water, a dog dish holder. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring a piece of metal pipe, some galvanized pipe, bring it out about 8 inches from the wall. And it's going to have a tray that'll sit on. It'll hold the dog food and the dog water to get it up off the floor so that we can keep the floor area clean, easy to sweep under, easy to mop under, and the water won't get the concrete as wet from just sitting there, and the ants won't get into the dog food. So what we're going to do is we're going to put blocking and measure the dog from when he's standing to the bottom of his chin. He's about 12 inches, and so a little bit lower, about 8 inches. That way he can bend down and eat out of it comfortably or drink out of it. So I'm going to go right at 9 inches. And then I'm going to put my level across. And I'm going to go two spaces distance. And then what I'll do is I'll put my blocking, my 2x6 blocking, centered on that. So if I ever want to raise it up or lower it down, it would be easy to do because I'd have blocking. The easiest way to mount these, I find, rather than toenailing or shooting through the side and splitting the wood, there's been a lot of frustration with that, shooting through and splitting wood. So I'm using my Kreg jig. This is a great purchase that we had. I bought this a long time ago when I was building guitars, and I used it very seldom in the last 10-15 years, but pulled it out because this is perfect for what we're doing now. So what I've done is I've set up my Kreg jig so that when I drill through, I'm using some construction screws. They're 2-inch screws, and I've set up my Kreg jig so when I drill through, I've got about 3/4 of an inch, and then another 1.25 inches goes into the wood. Gives me a nice solid surface, and it holds pretty solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my 2x6 in there, hold it down with the clamp, take the outside hole on the far side, drill down. I've set my drill bit so that it gives me just the right amount of depth every time, and then this it pre-drills my screw, and then it gives me a place to countersink it and hide it. And then I just move it over to the other side and use the opposite side hole. Flip it over and repeat. Doesn't have to be precise, not building furniture. I'm just blocking walls. Then I'll mount this right about the spot where I want it. Get me 4 screws. Get it started, make sure it's flush with the outside edge of the board. And before I crank it down, I'll make sure both sides are square and flush with the edge. Nice solid piece of blocking. Quick tip for you. Once you put up all your blocking, take a picture of it. But before you take a picture, write some measurements on the wall. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Write some measurements on the wall, take a picture, and then you'll know where your blocking is. So when you actually go to hang your cabinets or your shelves or whatever you plan to put on the wall, you know right where your blocking is. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the blocking that I have for my shelf that'll be on the outside of the refrigerator. And I've got the bottom of my block is 62 and 3/4 inches. The center of my block is 65 and the top of my block is 68 inches from the floor. And I did the same with the dog water. And I did the same over here with my microwave shelf, which was 62.5 at the top, 60 in the middle, 57 at the bottom. That is what I have for my blocking. Now, I know that I'll also put a measurement on the end here so that I know from the edge of my pantry to the outside edge of the refrigerator. I'll know the distance. I'll know the distance of the blocking from the floor, and I'll do the same over here. From the edge of the post to the edge of the blocking, I'll know exactly how far I can go and still find that solid wood to screw into.